All right, so today we are going to do a little bit about revision on like the factorization, a little bit on expansion, a little bit of the SAI rule. Have you heard of the SAI rule? What SAI? Oh, SIC. Is it SIC? All right, it's the special SIA actually. Special algebraic identity, sorry. All right, SAI rule. All right, not the SHIT. All right, so moving on, let me always start on with one extra question first, which I think is important. All right, so this extra question, right, is actually related to the next topic that we will be participating in. All right, so this one is actually talking about the solving of quadratic equation and how does the quadratic graph looks like. Very important. All right, so this question, right, will be a touch and go. Some of you never see this question, never mind. Today we touch on it, right? At least you have a basic idea. Oh, this is coming up in future. All right, and you will be going to attempt then very soon. All right, your school teacher will be able to go into it very soon. All right, so I'm just going to give you some tips when you encounter such graph question, Ken. All right, so let's take a read at this question. You never see this question before, I know. All right, so let's take a read at this question. The graph y equal to 8x minus 4x squared passes through the origin. Children, do you know something? Do you know that this is a minus 4x squared graph? And usually if you see a minus x squared graph, right? A minus x squared graph is actually a what? It's actually a sad face. Boo, right? Can you see the sad face? If you see a positive x squared graph, it's actually a smiling face. Woohoo! You know that? All right, so this is something which is you need to know, right? You need to know. All right, so these are the little nuggets which I want to try to introduce you. All right, you may not be learning in school yet, all right, but still better to introduce you. So every time you see a negative, just imagine you are very sad. Sad means it's a sad face graph. Can you see that this is a sad face graph? Yeah. All right, that's why the name of this graph is called y equal to 8x minus 4x squared. All right. Hey, once again, if you got question, right, you can stop me on. You can go to the chat and say, hey, Jer, what are you talking about? Or you can just voice out. It's okay. All right. Ezekiel, are you there?
Yeah.
Okay, very good. All right. So as you can see, we got some new students joining us. All right. This is a big class. All right. So let's try to let's try to move forward. Okay. So this particular graph passes through the origin. Children, when you see the word origin, right, it actually means what? It actually means the point 0, 0. All right. So where is the origin? It's actually down here. This point down here is called the point of origin. All right. It's called a 0, 0 point. So next time when you see the word origin, it means 0, 0. How? Okay. All right. And what happens? This curve crosses the x-axis at P. Oh, can you see that? All right. I like it when I see this portion crosses the x-axis. All right. So last time my school teacher taught me this, which I think that is very useful and I'm going to teach you. All right. What is it? So there is this line, right? There's this sentence which I always remember by heart. All right. I hope that you can remember by heart also. When curve or line cuts the x-axis, what happened? Y equal to 0. All right, so it works both ways. So the other statement is what? When curve or line cuts the y-axis, what happened? Can anyone tell me? Lisa, what can you tell me? What do you think?
X equals 0.
Very good. Thank you so much for participating. All right. Hey guys, you really need to try to show face a bit and participate. All right. So mathematics is beautiful, honestly. So it's always the two direction, you see. So when the line cuts the x-axis, y equal to 0. When the curve cuts the y-axis, x equal to 0. So this two direction is always there. All right. So if you can, children, remember this. Very useful. Trust me. All right. So next year, maybe Sec 3, right? You go into some A math class and all this. I tell you this statement, you will fall in love with it. Can? So the question did say that this curve, it really cuts the x-axis at these 2 points, point P and the point of origin. What happened? when curve cuts the x-axis, y equal to 0. What can you do? What is the only thing you can do? So you can actually substitute your y as 0. Can you see that? All right. So from now here, right, you can substitute y equal to 0 into the equation. All right. And if you do that, what do you get? You get a 0 equal to 8x minus 4x squared. Okay, at this moment, I know some of you, right? They're so cute. Show me a dog face. All right. Hey, at this moment, right, I know some of you haven't do something called solving of quadratic equation yet. Haven't do something called solving of quadratic equation yet. So now I'm going to tell you, if your teacher asks you to solve, can you please remember one thing for me? All right. Can you please remember one thing for me? When you see the word solve, all right, solve means to what? Solve means to find the unknown. All right. Can you please remember this one very important thing for me, which is what? All right. Star, always factorize before solving. Always factorize before solving. Trust me, it works. All right. It works. So you have 8x minus 4x squared. What happened? Yeah, sure, no space, I know. All right, so let me just branch down a little bit and do it here, okay? So if I try to factorize, all right, what do I take out? Ice, can you help me? 8x and 4x squared, what is the common term to take out?
4x.
Very good. So you take out 4x, all right, and what are you left inside? All right, if you take out 4x from 8x, you are left with a 2. If you take out 4x from 4x squared, you're left with an x. All right. Sometimes I'm very scared to die one. Scared to die. In Hokkien, we say kiasi. Kiasi means scared to die. Huh? I will do an expansion to see whether correct or not. 4x minus 2 is 8x, correct. 4x minus x is 4x times x is 4x squared, correct. 4x times 2 is 8x. 4x times x is 4x squared, correct. All right. So once you get to this point, right, equal to 0, this is something which you have to take note of also. All right. So solving, you always factorize before solving, and you must have the equal to 0 portion. All right. So you manage to factorize and you have the equal to 0 portion. Very good. What can you say? At this moment, you can say that the 4x is equal to 0, or the green color, 2 minus x is equal to 0. Your objective is to find x, right? So x you purposely bring across, because minus you bring across is a plus, right? So 2 is left down here. X is a 2, or 4x equal to 0. You're looking for x. X is equal to 0 divided by 4 is a 0. So can you see that you got 2 answers? And children, where are these 2 answers? These 2 answers are actually here. This is actually a 0, the purple 0. And down here is actually the green. Do you know that? This is a 2. Oh, that means the coordinate of P is what? That means the coordinate of P is 2, 0. Can you see that? That's the answer. All right. So just to let you know, right, graph work is related to like the normal algebra, solving, factorization, all this. They're all related one. All right. So every time you solve, right, you're actually looking for these 2 points, or the 1 point where it cuts the x-axis. All right. So this is something which you will be learning later on. All right. Some of you might even have saw this type of question before. All right. So remember that graph work is important. Don't like also no choice. Also must like a bit. Can? And down here, write down the equation of the line of symmetry. All right. Maybe Sherman, what's the meaning of line of symmetry? Do you have any idea? Have you heard of this line of symmetry before, Sherman?
No.
Like in primary school, look, for example, in primary school, right, they draw like that. This is my heart. Right. So how do you draw the line of symmetry? How do you draw the other half?
Another heart.
Another heart, right? Like that, right? Correct or not? You see lah? Children, talk about heart shape, you all know lah. Huh? Talk about heart and love here, love there, you all know lah. Huh? Talk about the graph, you all don't know. My goodness. Sherman, just kidding lah. All right. So it's the same thing. The line of symmetry is like what? The center part whereby what? Look here. Can you see? So the blue color, this is called the line of symmetry. Can you see or not? All right. So it actually cuts the curve into what? 2 equal separate half. Can you see or not? So that's called the line of symmetry. But what is the equation? There's a name to it. What is the equation? if you look at the pattern, right, on the left here is a 0, down here is a 2. So in the center, it must be a what? Not 0, 2 is what? Center is a 1 lah. Correct. Correct is correct. And this blue line cuts the x-axis at 1. What do we call it? This blue line cuts the x-axis at 1. What do we call it? Simply, we call it x equal to 1. It's very simple. Can you see or not? All right, so the name of the line is called x equal to 1. Why? Because it cuts the x-axis at 0.1. That's called x equal to 1 lah. Huh? Sure. That means if I draw a line like this, all right, if I draw a line like this, okay? Yu Jie, can you tell me what is the equation of this line? Yu Jie, are you there? That's why I don't know. I don't know your, you know, sometimes don't put the face. I don't know whether are you behind down there listening to me. Yu Jie.
I don't know.
Okay, come. Let me just ask you again. Look, Yu Jie. This line, right? Can you see that this blue line, Okay, this blue line cuts the x-axis at 1. It's called x equal to 1. Is that okay? All right. If I have down here is a 1.5, So this another line, right? It cuts the x-axis at 1.5. I call this x equal to 1.5. So now, if I have another line that cuts the 2, can you tell me what is this line called? Yeah lah, x equal to 2 lah. Serious, is that simple? All right, is that simple, really? All right. So this is called the x equal to 1, which is actually the name of the line of symmetry. So you must understand that, how to form the equation also lah. Can or? It's not that difficult, really. All right. So you must say x equal to 2. Can? All right, it's okay, All right. So hence or otherwise, find the coordinates of the maximum point. So where's the maximum point? The maximum point, right? The word maximum means what? Obviously, it means the highest point, which is down here. Can you see? So this curve, right, is actually made out of coordinates. This curve is actually made out of coordinates. All right. And this particular one, right, the highest point, the maximum, is actually 1 comma something. 1 comma something. How to find the something? All right, because we are looking for the highest point. The highest point is 1 comma something because the x is a 1, right? How to find the y? Dara, do you have any idea?
No.
Okay, so no idea. Always remember, substitute. It's all about substitution one. All right, it's very common one. How come? So when x equal to 1, right, you substitute into your graph. The graph is y equal to 8x minus 4x squared. Just sub in the x equal to 1. All right, so down here, if you sub in, you will get your answer as what? 8 minus 4 is 4 lah. All right, so the coordinates of the maximum point is actually 1, 4. All right, and seriously, children, when you talk about graph work, right, a lot of cases about substitution, right? So don't know, right, just sub. All right, secondary 3 also. All right, when you encounter problem, right, don't know, just sub. It's more or less the same one. Really. All right, so don't know, just do a substitution first. Can? Okay, and the last part, part D, what do you see? Find the points of intersection. Points of intersection. You got 2 equations. Okay, who I haven't asked? All right, Yan Ling, if you got 2 equations, right, you learn this in the first topic, I believe. What should I do? Start with S1. Yan Ling, are you there? If you got 2 equations, they ask for point of intersection. What should I do? I think you learned this in your first topic in Sec 2. What is the first topic? Do you remember? Yan Ling, are you there? Oh no, I don't think she's there. Or is your mic got problem now, Yan Ling? Hello. Okay, that is a bit sad. All right. So anyone? Oh, mic got problem. Okay. All right. Yan Ling, can you key into the chat? All right. What is the first topic that you learned in Sec 2? Start with S1. Very long word. Spell wrongly is okay. Can you try to type in the chat?